this is Optic versus FaZe. You know, this has become a staple of Call of Duty esports, and this year it hasn't been. FaZe doesn't get into the Pro League. We wonder when we're going to see this. It's almost like 100 Thieves was maybe going to take that spot as that rival, considering FaZe's year, but now they're back. They're in the Pro League. Perhaps another rivalry reborn within the CWL. You got to be excited for it.
Yeah, and then right away, I mean, we're kicking off on Seaside Hardpoint. For me, this was a big thing because I thought Seaside Hardpoint, while there was a lot of close maps at Vegas, it was one of the maps that Optic gave me how they captured their championship. If you look at Fort Worth, they only played it a couple of times, then right away, that SOG duo of FaZe is going to be challenged from the SOG duo of Optic Gaming. TJ and Scott played so well yesterday against 100 Thieves.
It's an early break for Optic as they set up with 30 seconds left, already 20 points on the board as they dominate the early going. For a FaZe team, it's a young team, it's a new team, and the question mark has been, who is that leader? Of all things I think they need to avoid, it is getting throttled early, Joe.
Yeah, you're going to have a big rotation. Well, early on, it's going to be about a 50-point lead. A great start for Optic. But our focus now is on this rotation. Asim able to find 2 on Dashy and TJ. That should solidify this rotation. Krim right now just playing patient. You have a 45-point lead. He's going to wait for his teammates to come up off spawn. You have a bit of a split push. You have 3 pushing through towards barrels. You have 2 in the back. To be Karma, Krim 6, but a big one-on-one win for Zuma. Asim at the front, a great first hold potentially for FaZe Clan.
They should be good. One player really left to collapse. Little help comes in through Church, but Scraps ready and waiting. Dashy, the lone man, maybe looking for a pick, but should just play it patient. I mean, he's really at that point waiting for the rest of his team to get in. Stay up, make that a 5-man collapse. Now you're spawning all the way out at old.
See how many more chances Optic Gaming will give this. You'll see number 5 come off spawn. That was Scump. He spawns near that first one, and yeah, he's gonna back all the way on up. So FaZe with a great hold here at second hill. No streaks on the board for FaZe though, so Optic, they're gonna start to rotate. Dashy does spawn out. You see number 2, and well, FaZe recognize that situation. So we have a battle on 2 sides of the map right now, but the numbers in favor of Optic Gaming on this rotation.
The last guy sitting here, though, is going to be Asim. This is a big one-on-one because he's got 4 kills in a row, but not an easy gunfight. It's against Dashy, but he's able to take it, and the journey for streaks continues for Asim, but it's TJ inside a noob I found that's able to make the play. 3 in a row for him, and that streak shut down for Asim.
Yeah, it's a huge kill out of TJ right there. Really felt like T stepped it up yesterday, brought a different form in the London, especially in that match against 100 Thieves. But you know, Asim was in that position where he's all alone. And you know, we see that from time to time when you're so close to streaks. How are you going to play it? How much time are you going to waste? But both teams just battling back and forth, respecting the rotation.
Are you surprised to see that from TJ though? I mean, that was his narrative last year as well. When he shows up huge. But showing up right now is Krim 6 in the back. He was able to find 2, and so far, it's basically a great hold at first for Optic. Answered by a great hold from FaZe, then Optic returned the favor. So it's been very back and forth with regards to objective time for these 2 teams.
Yeah, you talked about the young talent on FaZe. Who's going to show on up? Right now, Celium, 0-7, has not found a kill on the main stage. A lot of pressure. The crowd is loud. He has to calm down, find a couple of kills, get into your form. It's a crazy situation.
We saw this from Enable on 100 Thieves yesterday, and that was from one of the most veteran players in the history of FPS on console. So if it can happen to him, absolutely it can happen to Celium. But Enable responded and went about even throughout the second half of that game. Celium is going to need to do the same, if not better.
Yeah, and the good thing for Enable is he had guys who were absolutely going off on Octane and Kenny. You don't have that on the side of FaZe. And Scraps finally finds 3, but TJ's still alive and finds 2. Still no kills on the board right now for Celium. And now Optic Gaming, as they control most of barrels with an 80-point lead to go up to 100 as we are done with this first rotation of hills.
Yeah, this has been about as good as it can be for Optic Gaming, just smoking FaZe and approaching that 100-point advantage. The first set of rotation. Everything they can need. The second set, FaZe have got to make it interesting, and they've got to do it early. It's got to start with this hard point. Things have already gotten ugly.
He's just going to stay alive, find 1 kill. Has the help of Dashy. Inside of the hill, the Canadian duo just trying to stay alive, able to find 1 on Azuma. Just buying time, staying alive. He's waiting for those reinforcements, and they're here. TJ, Scump, the SOG duo find the kills, and well, there's a break from Optic.
The SOG duo are going off, the break is in, they're blowing FaZe Clan out. Let's get to an Astro Gaming listen-in with Optic.
2-0. This one, Church.
Yo, he's about to get grabbed, and he's about to have war. He's gonna have war.
You outer, bro. Let's go mid.
Yo, I have crash. I'm gonna crash this.
Let's go mid. It might be top window. It might be top window.
Grab it right. Grab it right. Nice.
Front, scraps. Fuck. You got me.
Top. Oh, scraps. One shot front. I'm holding my spawn. Oh,
Spawn back. Spawn.
Scraps is front still.
They push.
We spawned out. I spawned out.
He's on the left stairs. Cell.
I'm helping white.
Cell's white. I'm holding my spawn. He might be pods.
Dead. Got me. Let's hold.
I don't see it.
Stop window.
Spawn in the back.
Nice big reverse.
Go. Oh fuck. White man. He's grappling. White man. Grappling. White man. I spawn first.
Barrels.
Yo, hold it back.
Help him in the back. Yeah.
Two barrels.
I shot them.
Yo, I have your tiny. Yeah. Oh, okay.
One more. Ideal. Rock that.
They should all be first. Yo, hold hill team. Oh, he's in church already.
Hold this. They're gonna be first.
Yo, hold back.
Back door.
Watch out mid.
Back. Sell.
Come and set the guy.
Two new on me.
Stun.
I'm holding.
Half stun. Back.
I'm playing my life. I'm coming in.
He went in church. Cell.
Watch out.
Cell ran first.
Fucking orange.
Do you have a stun?
Doubles.
Any kills, they spawn behind. If you kill them, hold your, or if you die.
Yo, hold your spawn if you die.
I'm still playing this with you.
Cell's left stairs.
What's up, man? Nice team kill.
One guy mid.
All right, we're back into it, and the lead has only gotten bigger, Joe. Optic Gaming taking over, Dashy making plays for the tip is, and there seems to be no light at the end of the tunnel for FaZe Clan.
Yeah, he's on a 4 spree as well. He's trying to play for these streaks. The one good thing for FaZe, they've won this early rotation. 45 seconds, they can get back into the game. That rotation towards barrel. Scraps does use the war machine. You don't have anything on the side of Optic Gaming to allow them to break. The only thing would be the streaks, but Dashy gets taken down. Scraps, he's gonna find two. They need Scraps to have a series, and well, he's really been the one consistent guy for them so far. So FaZe still alive, but you can see Optic Gaming with 20 seconds left already thinking about that rotation in Celium. 2 in 16, a very similar stat line, well, the exact same one that we saw of an enable, but Asim with that grabs him. Can he find the third? He does. That's the opening in the barrels. This could be back-to-back kills for FaZe.
Can they somehow stay in this game for Celium to get going? The difference between the match last night and now is you were having that game from Enable, but they were still within striking distance. It was a 30 to 50 point game. That has not been the case here. Asim with a chance to get streaks though. He's on a 5 streak at 19 and 13. We'll see if he can pick him up. There's the gunfight. He takes out Dashy once again, and that's a lightning strike through. Tac 5 in for FaZe Clan. If the comeback's gonna happen, it's right now.
Yeah, it absolutely is. TJ though with a big one-on-one. That's 2 dead for FaZe now. They have to try to clutch this on Optic. They're going for the throat, but it's 0. Celium, they're finding the kills as Dashy and Crypsix come on through. Now it's just a 1 versus 1, but the cluster there from Scraps to help them clean it on up.
Oh, cleaned himself up as well, unfortunately for him, but they're at least still contesting, biding their time, making sure Optic Gaming can't inch their way any closer to that 250 mark.
That's a big 15 seconds. That'll put them right around, 240.
He really needed that.
Well, this will help them win rotation, but yeah, those 14 seconds, those are huge for Optic. They can fight for scrap.
Feels like a dagger, but FaZe will have the early setup behind the Lightning. How long can they hold on? Scraps POV ready and waiting. The slide comes through. Can't even take out one before he falls. Now 2 dead for FaZe Clan. The swarm coming in for Optic Gaming as they're trying to burst on through. 1 player remaining. He's gonna drop. That could be your game.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be it. And well, Celium, he's changing specialists right now. He's not even sure what's going on, but they spawn towards Church and Optic Gaming. They're gonna take map 1.
I don't know how, but somehow it feels Optic getting blessed with 1 out of 5 players on the opposition not showing up for map 1. But this time, they take control. They get a 100-point advantage. They fly behind that, but I don't know if Celium just isn't warmed up or the crowd maybe in his head, but that was a tough start and tough finish, really.
I mean, you talk about the Pro League qualifier. Yes, that was so important. There was so much stress on FaZe, but this is the biggest match that Celium has ever played in. I mean, the guy's a rookie. Asim played really well. He started to heat on up. Scraps and 0 were consistent throughout. But you need Celium. I just feel like he's such an important aspect, especially going into Search and Destroy. We talked about it. They're 2-3 in S&D.
What, 3-1 for Optic?
Yeah, 3-1 for Optic Gaming. But Celium, he comes from that Search and Destroy community, right? He needs to have a big game here.
Well,
in
that's
game
what's
2.
even scarier. Like, you'd feel good about a big game in game 2 if he was coming off a decent performance in that map 1. But this is where it might be the difference. So somebody like Enable has that game 1. He has competed for a